Hey, what up, little daddy? It's your boy Skizzle here, and today I'm coming at you guys with 25 things that Black Ops 4 must have when it launches this November. Now, these things are crazy, y'all. Let me be real. And after you finish watching this video, if you do have anything you want to add into the mix, maybe I will make a part 2, and if I do, I will feature your comment with your thing. So let me know in the comments below. But before we jump in on the video, a big shout out to this guy and this guy up on the screen. I will shout more of you during the video as well. So hey, if you're new, make sure to subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you do, and I will feature you in my next video. But at our number 25, we're talking about Mob of the Dead remake. Now, of course, Jason Blundell hinted that we're going to see a full Alcatraz prison, more or less, sorta, because he said that he worked and made the whole map, but then he kind of like cut some areas and add like the little pinky type of map in Black Ops 2 that we of course all love. But this time around, it seems like we're gonna get a full map, and hey, I'm saying it gotta happen. At our number 24, we're talking about a ranking system that requires grinding. In other words, it means it will add more replayability, and that's kind of like what I'm talking about. We need more depth in the ranking system that actually requires grinding, and of course, if that requires grinding, that means that it will make you want to play more, and the more you play, the more you kind of like progress. Kind of like the cycle that we absolutely want in this coming game. At our number 23, we're talking about Liquid Divinium. Of course, some people don't like how it is, but fairly and commonly it was very well received, because Liquid Divinium, what I mean by Liquid Divinium is that it was something that we had in the mix that we could grind for, right? It was something that added a lot more replayability, and Liquid Divinium is something that is very related to zombies. So if you know what I'm saying, you probably know what I'm saying. So if that can happen again, hey, Papa bless. But at our number 22, I'm talking about weapon kits and DLC weapons availability. Of course, in Black Ops 3 we got DLC weapons and zombies, but we couldn't really add attachments to them. So hopefully this time around we get the weapon kits back, and we get the availability of future DLC weapons that we will see during the DLC season for Black Ops 4. At our number 21, we're talking about weapon ranking system, and this time around I hope we get more attachments, preferably some different ammo type like explosive rounds, wall penetrating, whatever the case may be. Whatever exists in real life, I want all of it in zombies, and it will add a lot more replayability. But at our number 20 spot, we're talking about bigger zombie maps. Now, of course, Transit is a big ass map. Then we have Shadows of Evil, and I would say, like, if you guys have missed my walking on Transit and walking on Shadows of Evil video, definitely give it a watch, because hey, Shadows of Evil may look like it's small, but it is very close in comparison to Transit. Of course, Transit is still mega huge, but Shadows of Evil is not really that small, and it has a lot more depth, and I hope we get twice the size of Shadows of Evil map in Black Ops 4. It may sound really big, but I feel like Treyarch can really do it, because if we get Mob of the Dead full Alcatraz prison, it's definitely going to be really big, and if we get a bigger map, it's just gonna add a lot more replayability if done well. If it's not done well, then it can kill zombies, and hopefully Treyarch, I see you, hopefully you see me too with this one. But at our number 19, we're talking about bringing back the Nuketown map to multiplayer with a setting between Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. I'm not sure how this can be done, but of course we have seen Nuketown consecutively in Black Ops 1 and 2 and 3, and this time I really want to see it back, because it's a fan favorite map. Everyone love it, because Treyarch gave us that every single time with a unique touch, and this time around I really feel like Black Ops 4 will be set between Black Ops 1 and 2, or maybe between Black Ops 2 and 3, but whatever the case may be, I hope it looks similar to the Black Ops 2 version, but hey, I want to see it back. At our number 18 spot, we're talking about the PDW, one of my favorite gun in Black Ops 2, hands down, so bring back the PDW. At our number 17 spot, I'm talking about unlimited sprint perk in multiplayer. Of course, like, I hate running all the time or tapping my toggle to run in multiplayer, right? I just hate it. It broke my controller, and it's breaking my second controller that I recently got. So I hope like there's a perk that we can put on, and we just tap once and we can unlimitedly sprint. That would be really cool. And stamina up, same goes for that one. Once we buy stamina up in zombies, I hope we can run unlimitedly, and this is something Call of Duty World War II Zombies did really well. It made stamina up really useful, and I hope the same formula returns in Black Ops 4. At our number 16 spot, more melee weapons. For example, the Galvanic Knuckles, the Bowie Knife. Of course, the Bowie Knife returned in Black Ops 3 Zombies, but it wasn't really big. Like, I feel like not many people use it, so I hope we get more melee weapons, Galvanic Knuckles included, Bowie Knife included, and some more, maybe even the Katana. Yes, that would be really fire if we get the Katana back. And of course, we get more new melee weapons, specifically that is map related. Of course, whatever map we get, I want to see a specific melee weapon that correlates really well to it, if that makes any sense. A lot of words here and there, but number 15 spot, I'm talking about the Transit Crew. I want to see them back. It seems like they will come back, like Treyarch have hinted a million times already. At our number 14 spot, I want to see bigger Misty Bud. I guess everyone want to see it, so hey, Treyarch, make it happen. At our number 13 spot, I'm talking about Zombified Richtofen. Of course, we have seen him in The Giant, and of course, we have seen him in sort of like an Easter egg in Shadows of Evil, and of course, we have seen him in the comics, and I hope he will come back in Mob of the Dead. I'm just saying, Treyarch, just take him into consideration. I really want to see him in some way, shape, or form. At our number 12, we're talking about more survival type maps. I feel like Town did really heck of a job. Nuketown included as well. I want to see some really bozo-ass survival type maps because they really add more longevity to the zombies ride. If done well, of course, Nuketown is a really cool ass map, and if we get Nuketown zombies back, hey, I will take it. At our number 11 spot, bigger map but smaller section. For example, Transit. We can play the whole map, or we can choose to play subsection, and this kind of like correlates with my last spot, right? I want to see a big map, but we can actually choose to play subsections of it, and that will add a lot more replayability. It's gonna be like Town, it's gonna be big, it's gonna be bad, it's gonna be real naughty. At our number 10 spot, I'm talking about new map specific perk. For example, how Who's Who was for Daira's ride. We haven't seen that perk back. I hope we see it back, but this time I want to see new perks that are map specific that we don't see in any other Black Ops 4 map. Of course, Vulture Raid was a big one in Buried, and I'm kind of glad that we haven't seen it in any other Black Ops 2 map. But if it were to return in Black Ops 3, I guess I would have taken it, but it didn't, so I hope that comes back too. But at the same time, we need new perks that are map specific. At our number 9 spot, all of the other Zombies map remaster. Of course, we have heard that there's an inside source that kind of said that we're going to see all of the other remaster maps in a similar fashion to how Resurrection was to Black Ops 1. So in other words, the Resurrection 2.0 is going to happen this time around, and hopefully it happens, because this is a rumor as of now. So I want to see all of the other zombie map remaster. Number 8, bring back the MP7, one of my favorite weapon. Number 7, I want to see Frankfurt's back, you know, my nibba. Number 6, I want to see Alex Mason 2, can't forget Alex. Number 5, story should tie between Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, and maybe somehow it connects with Black Ops 3, but I want to see what happens between, like, when Alex was gone, right? Of course, Black Ops 2 story was non-canon, and I believe it was like 1981 or something like that, December 20th, when Alex Mason gets shot by Frank Woods in the foot or in the head, depends on how you choose to play or how you choose to interact with the game, right? So I hope we see what happens between, and I hope we see what happens with Alex Mason's son, right? And of course, he was in Black Ops 2, so I hope it just ties the story well together, and I hope it is a banging ass one. But at our number 4 spot, I'm talking about map specific soundtracks. For example, the starting round sound, the ending round sound, the middle sort of like round sound, and I want to see more of that, because I feel like that's exactly what adds a lot more longevity to zombies, something World War II Zombies didn't even do. But if you look at something like Shadows of Evil, that round ending and that round starting sound was really unique to the map, and it was loud, it was punchy, and I hope we get 2 times more than that. And for example, something like the Ryzen Drach has a total different vibe, Zetsubu Shima as well. I feel like it's turning to be one of my favorite map as well. Of course, months ago I would say Zetsubu Shima is my worst map of all of time, but I feel like it's turning to be something really fun to play once in a while, and that's because of, so we need more map specific soundtracks, and they need to be really big this time around. At our number 3 spot, I'm talking about music for Zombies, and for the whole game it needs to be really big, because this is what gets player immersed, or I'm not sure if that's the right word or not, but this is what gets players mostly focused in the game, and World War II Zombies is lacking that big time. Of course, we have had the main theme, right, that was like very spooky, was really good, but they kind of like reused it again in the Darkest Shore, and even in the Darkest Shore intro cutscene, and I feel like they will reuse it again in the future DLC maps, but I hope they don't. I hope they get to us with a banging ass music, a banging ass soundtrack, but I hope that Treyarch really takes it into consideration. And I really feel like they know this already. I'm just putting it out there. I hope it's the case this time around as well. At our number 2 spot, I'm talking about a Battle Royale game mode for multiplayer. Of course, this has been big in the gaming community recently. David Wonderhart has been playing a lot of PUBG, a lot of Fortnite. He always tweets that out, right? He has been playing a lot of it. And I know a lot of people don't want to see it back, but what I'm saying here is that a Battle Royale game mode that you can pick to play. If you don't want it, you have other game modes like TDM, Hardpoint, Kill Confirm, Search and Destroy. And if you really think about it, Battle Royale is really a search and destroy game mode, but on a bigger scale. So I hope that comes to multiplayer, and even for Zombies and Grief included, Turned included, other game modes that Treyarch can come up with. I would say preferably 3 game modes, and of course, once again, these are gonna be game modes that you can choose to play or choose to not play. It's not like they are built already in the game and you have no option. So if you get a Battle Royale mode, we have the option to play or not play. I feel like this is what going to add a lot of replayability. At our number 1 spot, I'm talking about new things that Treyarch already wants to add. I hope like they do, because Treyarch is genius, right? And we want innovation. I guess everyone agrees with that one. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you can add one thing, let me know in the comments for part 2. Subscribe if you're new. Check out some other videos on the screen. Check out my last video, was about top 5 easiest Easter eggs, noobs approved, whatever the case. Just check out any video on the screen. I would absolutely appreciate you, but I will see you very freaking soon.